Today I'd like to talk to you about pelvic floor muscle exercises. So the pelvic floor muscles are muscles in the base of your pelvis. Here in this picture we have an image of a female pelvis. This is the end of the spine. This is the pubic bone here at the front of the pelvis, and this line here represents where the pelvic floor muscles are. To do a pelvic floor muscle exercise, or a PFX, I want you to tighten your back passage muscles as if you're trying to hold in wind. I'd like you to tighten them fast and strong at the same time, and I'd like you to hold the muscles on for 10 seconds. I'd like you to let the muscles go and then repeat that contraction 3 times, one after another, without a rest period. I'd like you to do this 6 times a day, and I'd like you to do this exercise in sitting, and I'd like you to leave 1 hour between each set of 3 contractions. 1 hour between each 3 contractions. Now, if I can just explain that further. So when I say fast and strong, I can give the example of my hand, that I could close it like that, or that I could go. So it's that sort of a contraction that I'm looking for. So a fast and a strong contraction at the same time. And then after you've contracted the muscle, I'd like you to fully release it and contract it again. Fully release, fully lengthen the muscle and put it back on again. Now, when you're doing this, these are quite specific muscles that we're trying to exercise. So I don't want any other muscles coming on when we're contracting these pelvic floor muscles. So what I say is that when you're doing your pelvic floor muscle exercises, it should be invisible. Nobody should know that you're contracting the muscles. So there should be no leg contraction, no buttock contraction, that is pretty much invisible. So for the patient themselves, when they're tightening the back passage muscles, the only other muscles that they should feel tightening are the front passage muscles, because they're connected, and the low tummy muscles may come on automatically. And the other thing that's important is to try not to hold your breath. So we'll write down here, don't hold your breath. And the other small thing I would say is to relax the upper tummy muscles. Relax upper tummy. So what you need to do a PFX, or a pelvic floor muscle exercise, is to tighten the back passage as if you're trying to hold in wind. And I want you to do it fast and strong at the same time. So I suppose 100% contraction. I want you to try and keep that muscle on for a slow count of 10 seconds. And I want you to repeat it 3 times, 6 times a day. And I want you to do it in sitting. So what I would recommend is that you sit back well into your chair and you relax your other muscles. Don't sit on the edge of your chair like this with the other muscles, tight or engaged. Try and relax fully into your chair so that you can just contract the back passage muscles. Now, as I say, I'm doing it here and you're not aware that I'm doing it. So when you tighten the back passage muscles, the only other muscles you should feel tightening are your front passage muscles as well, because they're connected. The low tummy, you'll feel that coming in as well, but otherwise it should be invisible. Try not to hold your breath, try and keep breathing, and try and relax your upper tummy as well. And if you can hold the contraction for 10 seconds, now when the muscles are very weak, sometimes when you do 3 repetitions of holding for 10 seconds, you mightn't have anything to let go. Not to worry, just keep aiming. Try to hold, go through the motions of trying to hold for 10 seconds. Repeat 3 of these. Leave an hour gap between each set of 3 contractions. Just these muscles are fine and thin and skinny, and it's very easy to overtrain them. So that's pelvic floor muscle training for today. Thanks very much.